Welcome back to WKCTC Basketball Weekly. Again, and always, I'm Assistant Coach Josh Kimbler here with the head coach of the Stars, Daniel Potts. We're going to have a little different show this week due to inclement weather. We didn't have any games this last week, and for the majority of the part, we were off as a team. Today in the studio, we're going to have center Marcus Burnett, guard Cody Schultz, and also forward Dwayne Morrow to come on here and answer some questions that shows us a little bit about them personally, as well as what they think about on the court. But first, Coach, whenever I brought up the inclement weather, and of course we've been off for a couple days, what are some things we do as coaches during times like that?
Yeah, we've been struggling a little bit as of late, and basically you just go home, pop in some DVDs that you all played, and start writing notes and critiquing everything that we do. Maybe change up, maybe a little practice play, maybe change up defensive schemes that we've looked into even a little bit. And, that's all I've been doing this little break right here. I got to go see a couple of high school teams play, recruiting a little bit. And, at this time when inclement weather does hit, that's really all you can do as a head coach and as a team right now.
Okay. When we come back, center Marcus Burnett will be on the set with us. You're watching WKCTC Basketball Weekly. Welcome back to WKCTC Basketball Weekly. As promised, on the set with us now is our big man, Marcus Burnett. Marcus, appreciate you joining us today. We're going to go ahead and get into some questions so you can learn more about Marcus personally, as well as what he may think about on the court with basketball. First off, Marcus, what was your biggest reason for attending WKCTC to start your college career?
Well, probably my major deciding factor would have to be how close it was to my original home. I'm only 30 minutes from my house.
Right.
I can pretty much go see my family whenever I want to, and it's not a problem. And also, Coach Potts, he had a tremendous amount to do with it, and just the way he approached me at the very first time we met, and as my senior year progressed, he was always there with me.
Right. Okay. You mentioned something about your family as far as how much your family means to you. And as we all know, like whenever we watch our highlights in here, your whole family is just all in behind us every time. And like it's kind of funny. Like the only person I'm really nervous of, or the people that I'm nervous about being around, is your sisters who heckle me the whole game. So you definitely bring the biggest crowd every time. What does that mean to you? Like to have that support every game?
It means absolutely everything to me. I can't imagine playing a game without some of my family being there, because they've been with me for every year that I've played basketball, and to hear them cheering after, not just when I score, but everybody else, it brings up the whole team, and it's awesome to have them there.
Good. Okay, what would you say is the difference, the main difference, the main adjustment, however you want to say it, between playing at the high school level and moving to the college level?
Well, for me, it was, for an obvious reason, it was definitely the pace of the game.
Right.
The speed, it changes tremendously, especially for me. I'm kind of slow, so it was a big adjustment for me.
Right. You've gotten a lot better. You've gotten a lot better. What's one thing in particular that you've learned from the coaching staff that you feel will further you not only in basketball but as a person?
Well, I've learned that not only y'all as coaches help the team, but even after practices or after games, they'll, if you need help with homework, or something's wrong with you in your household, or with friends or something, they're always there to talk to them, and your coaches always got your back no matter what, I think.
Well, I appreciate it. As long as it's not math, right? I can help you with that. Okay. Switching around a little bit, we're going to finish up with two questions real quick, then we'll let you get out of here. Who, in your opinion, has the biggest personality on the team?
I'm going to go with Duane.
Okay.
Dwayne Morrow. Yeah, he's a character. There's not really much you can say about him. If you've met him, you know him.
Unfortunately, they'll get to figure out what you're talking about.
They're going to. He's got a certain side about him that you can't help but like him.
Right.
Sometimes it gets on your nerves, but you just got to love him.
Right. Okay. Finish up with our last question here, and we had this guy on the set last week. What's it like living with Jacob Scott?
Oh, goodness. He's also a character. You never know what Jacob Scott's going to say or do. It's just he's a wild card for sure.
Right.
But
right.
he's such a great guy. And he's got a good heart, and he's an awesome guy.
Good. I'm sure he's going to thank you for that. He may even give you a hug when you get home today.
Probably will.
Well, Marcus, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Whenever we come back, we're going to go ahead and have our next guy, Dwayne Morrow, who Marcus told us a little bit about. You're watching WKCTC Basketball Weekly. Welcome back to WKCTC Basketball Weekly. Our second player that's going to be with us on set today is Dwayne Morrow. He's our four-man. Dwayne, thanks for being here with us today. Like I say, with the same thing with Marcus, we're going to go over some things about Dwayne personally and on the basketball court so you can get to know him a little better. First question, Dwayne, what do you think you bring to this team that helps us the most?
I feel like I bring a set of tempo to the team that gives everybody the encouragement that they need to get ready for the game, be prepared, and actually have a good time actually playing the game.
Right. You think you're athletic?
Of course.
Right. Okay. Second question. What do you think of your new teammates? First starting off with Marcus Burnett.
He's a good contribution to the team. He gives the team energy when we don't have any. He's the big guy in the paint. He bangs a lot. He gotta have the rebound. He's always that guy that gets down and gets dirty just to have that job done.
Okay, Dwayne, moving on. Justin Draffin.
Well, he's a good role player. He comes off the bench. He brings the intensity whenever we need it the most. He's that guy that doesn't mind getting dirty, getting the rebounds when we need them. He crashed the boards hard. He even penetrates in it every now and again when he feels the need to.
Okay. Zane Vanderbilt.
He's an underrated shooter. He comes off the bench. He's very dedicated. He's always in practice, going hard. He's giving the team looks that we need to get prepared for the game. Always there that when you need him the most, when you need that shot that be knocked down, the three-point shot, give it to Zane. He's going to knock it down every time.
Okay, good answer. What about, last but not least, DJ Scruggs? What do you think about him?
DJ, he's a good contribution to the team. He brings the intensity when we need it in games. He gets us hype when we need it. Right. If we have a down practice, he's the guy that likes to kick it in the gear, gets the team going, bring the rhythm, intensity.
Okay. Moving on, what areas of your game has improved since your freshman year?
I feel like my attitude has improved a lot since last year, and also I have been working on like being a good leader for the team.
Right. Okay. In your opinion, out of all the games that we've played this year, what do you think is the best game we've played? Not you individually, because I know exactly what the answer would be to that, but as a team this year, what is the best game we've played as the Stars?
I would definitely have to say Three Rivers. When we first played them, we started off so well. Defense was there, the intensity on defense. We executed every play.
Right.
We knocked down every shot that we really needed to. We stayed in the game pretty close throughout the whole game. We just let it slip away from us.
Right. Okay. Moving kind of off the court, what has being around Coach Potts these last 2 years you think has helped you improve as a person, just completely away from basketball?
Yeah, he has. He improved me a lot, not on the court, but also like personally. Like I have been working very hard in books and class. Right. Not only in classwork, I also been taking it off the court, like throughout life. Right. And been like learning more lessons, how it just gives me the character to actually grow up as a young man. Okay. And last question here. This is a little off subject. Okay.
you know how you see commercials of LeBron and he'll be listening to his music. You know, everything gets somebody hyped.
Right.
You know, and you in particular, like you like Starlito, Lil Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got a couple things that you like to listen to. But like every now and then we'll be in there, everybody will be hyped up, and you'll see Chris Jackson walk in listening to like Usher or something. Like he likes that slow, he likes them slow jams. I mean, why do you think in your opinion Chris prefers R&B over some hype stuff?
Chris, he's a different person than most people on the team. He listens to slow jams. In my point of view, just to actually just slow down his zone, like actually get more in his zone and just bring rhythm in the game. Right. Sometimes I see him on the free throw line singing some Trey songs or something like that.
Okay.
Pretty funny.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Whenever we come back, we're going to have our last guard, Cody Schultz, with us on the set. Thanks, Duane. I don't want to forget to shake your hand. I appreciate you being here. Welcome back to WKCTC Basketball Weekly. At this time, we have guard Cody Schultz on set with us today. Cody?
How's it going, Coach?
Hey, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it. Like I say, it was the same as the last two. We're going to go ahead and ask some questions so you can get to know Cody both personally on and off the court. First off, Cody, we're going to go ahead and start this off with the question. Comparing your freshman season to your current sophomore season, what areas of your game do you feel like you have improved the most?
I think the area that I improved the most in is my footwork and guarding on the ball defensively. Me and Coach Potts and a bunch of the guys were in over the summer. I mean, pretty much after the season ended, throughout the whole summer, like 4 days a week, working out 10:30 in the morning, you know, just getting shots up, working on drills, footwork, everything like that. So I'd say my footwork and my defensive on the ball prowess, I guess.
I would definitely agree. Let's go with, since we're halfway through the season, what do you think are the biggest weaknesses for our team right now, and which would carry right into what areas do we need to improve on to accomplish our goals?
I say right now, I mean, obviously we have the talent, we have size, athleticism, speed, you know, everything that we need to be successful, but I'd say our biggest weakness so far, which you guys preach about it a lot, is putting together a full game, you know, playing 40 minutes. You know, we've had a few games where we played about 33 minutes or so. You know, I think what game was that?
Southeast Illinois.
Against Southeast, yeah. And, you know, we ended up, not being able to, pull through at the end, because we gave up those last 7 minutes. You know, we kind of let up a little bit. So I'd say putting together a full 40 minutes.
Okay. Well, what do you think are the team's biggest strengths, though, at this time?
I mean, I think right now, like, I know we've had the weather, keeping us out a little bit. We haven't been in the gym as much, but I think, we're starting to finally figure each other out. We're starting to come together, and I think, obviously we have size with Marcus and Duane and Justin. We have shooting, me, Jacob, Zane, Chris, anybody on the team can shoot, but, size and athleticism, we like to get out and run. So I think, I think those are some of our biggest strengths.
Okay. What do you think is what's your best memory of the season thus far?
Well, last year we didn't really get, over the hump against those, sanctioned junior colleges. So I'd say my best memory of this year as a sophomore, I would say, would be getting West Kentucky's second win ever against a sanctioned, junior college against Dyersburg State. So I'd say that's my best memory so far.
We have plenty of opportunity to do that for the rest of the season as well. Coach Potts, in the first WKCTC Basketball Weekly that we do here every week, stated in a quote that you write heart over height on your shoes. What does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, obviously I'm not the tallest guy in the world, or I'm not the biggest, but to me it's just a motivational quote. Right. I heard it one time and it just kind of stuck to me. I really liked it, so I began to write it on my shoes, and it's just a big time motivational quote for me, because it doesn't matter how big you are, it just matters how big you play.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about the added support of the community and school from last year to this year.
Oh, support's big. Last year, I mean, I had a few of my friends come support me, but there's just the gym is empty, so it's hard to find motivation. It's hard to find motivation to play. You want people there to support you. You want to have fans there cheering you on. But the sport's great. This year we've had, I think, 300 plus a few times at our games, and it's just, I don't know. I know, you know, as well as the whole team. You know, I like playing in front of people. I want to showcase my talents. I want the team to showcase our talents and really open up the community's eyes and let them know that we have something great going on here, and that we can just keep pushing forward and maybe get this program back on the map where it used to be.
Good. Okay. Last question, and then we're gonna get off, and we're gonna bring Coach Potts back with us. Since you're a big Bulls fan,
Yep.
diehard Bulls fan, do you see the Chicago Bulls going to the playoffs this year?
To be honest, I don't know right now, but I really hope so. I think they're my favorite team. I like watching all the guys play, but you know, the big injury to Rose took a hit on us. But there are rumors that he might be back before the playoffs or even during the playoffs. So I'm gonna say yeah. I say maybe the 7th or 8th seed in the East.
Okay, sounds good. You heard it first, Vegas. Cody Schultz letting you know what the playoff predictions are going to be this year. Cody, I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Whenever we come back, we're going to have head coach Daniel Potts back on the set to give us his final thoughts. You are watching WKCTC Basketball Weekly.
Welcome back to WKCTC Basketball Weekly. I know it's a little unusual, but I'm going to fill in for assistant coach Josh Kimbler. Coach, we have Shawnee on Friday, December 13th, 7 o'clock. It's away. They got a pretty good team this year. We haven't really gotten over the hump in the past against this team, but what do you think the scouting report is going to be on them?
Well, I've been here for 3 years, and my record against Shawnee is 0-5. I expect that to change Friday on December the 13th. I expect that to change. I think we got the talent this year. I think we got the heart. I think we got the drive. We've had some great practices, you know, since this was finals week, so I wanted this to be the last game on the agenda. I didn't want y'all having to play another game and worry about finals. I wanted finals to be out of the way. And Friday just concentrating solely on Shawnee. They're a great ball program. They're 7-1 right now. They beat us at home, I think, by 9 or so. They got up on us real quick early. I think they went on a 30-5 run to start the game. And we kind of got behind right there, and we fought our way back in and got down by 5 with about 6 minutes left to go in that ball game. And they hit about a 35-foot shot, and it kind of sunk us down a little bit. But since that game, I believe we have gotten tougher mentally. I know our practices, we do a lot of 4-on-5 stuff, a lot of 2-on-1, 3-on-2, sometimes 1-on-3. That makes us, you know, mentally tough. And I think if they hit a big shot or anything like that, I think as a group, you know, we'll just, you know, gel together with your leadership, your Chris and Jacob, and, you know, Marcus's leadership, and we'll find a way to get through that hump, so to speak, that you were talking about. But going with their personnel right here, you're going to have the agenda on Stanley Malcolm, number 12, their point guard. Man, he's a great leader, savvy little player, left-handed. Has trouble. He can knock down the open three. You know what our game plan is. How we're gonna. We don't want to tell everybody out there, but you know what our game plan is on him. Kind of protecting his drive. You know, he's averaged around 4 assists a game. He really controls that team, and anything that Stanley says is what they do, how they go.
He runs
and very, very good leader of the team. You'll have the assignment on him, and I'm sure you'll do a great job and lock up and stay out of foul trouble. That's been our main thing with you. Is I know we had about a 4 or 5 game spurt there where you weren't your usual self, and the foul trouble hit you real well. But you know, we've adjusted to the new rules. You've adjusted to the new rules personally, and you know the last 3 or 4 games, you know you've been in the 20 digit scores, and I think you had 9 assists last game. Mm-hmm. So you've done real well for us getting over that hump. Another starting guard for him is Duane Stewart. He's about a 6'1" kid out of Chicago. Went to Simeon High School. It's a well-known school.
Same school as Derrick Rose.
Yeah, same school as Derrick Rose. You're exactly right. So that's the kind of talent he is. You know, he's 6'1", but he plays about 6'3" or 6'4" on the court, doesn't he?
Big guy.
He averages around 5.5 rebounds a game and 3.3 assists. We got to get him off the boards. Very physical guard. When he ball pressures you all, you're going to have to take it. You're going to have to take a little heat from him, protect the ball, and just do what you all have been trained to do, you know, this summer and this year.
Yeah, we worked on doing that, so we're prepared for it.
Yeah. And then another guard they got starting now, Jalen Smith. He's just he's a sharpshooter. You know, they got 2 shooters that are as good as you and Cody, or you and Jacob Scott. I mean, they're exceptional shooters. He takes 5.7 shots a game, and 4.1 of them a game are threes. Wow. So we know what his game is and what he kind of likes to do. We're going to have to close with high hands on him. We're going to have to find him. If we're in whatever kind of defense, we're going to have to know exactly where Jalen Smith's at.
Communicate.
Yeah, got to communicate, and that's something you've done a lot better this year. When I recruited you in high school, you know, you got a little bulkier over the years too.
A little bit.
But you know, you were quiet. That was your personality.
I just try to lead by actions.
Yeah.
But I've learned to step up and, you know, get on to somebody if I need to. And I mean, it just comes with being comfortable with everybody. Once you get comfortable to your teammates or with your teammates, you know, you find that niche with them. Then you know when you can get on to them, and you know certain players you can get on to, you know, harder than others. But you know, it just comes with, you know, a lot of it has to do with you and having faith in me and letting me step up and take that role with Chris and Jacob. So
well, I see a future coach in the presence right here now.
Hope so.
But Cody's just a kid that, you know, Cody's one of those. We'll go a little bit more over their personnel here in a second, but talking about Cody, he's one of those kids that, you know, after a ball game, and it could be late at night, he'll still stick right there with me. We'll do stats. We'll eat, you know, junk food and talk about the ball game and do whatever. He's, you know, I'm his coach, but he's one of I consider Cody one of my best friends, you know, as well. And we gel a lot together. We communicate together, and we have a great relationship. And you know, I can see, you know, this year especially, we've grown real close, and I can see that on the court. And when he looks at me, I know he knows I have faith in him to do the job, and I think that's really resulted. I know last year, you know, you were averaged around the 7, 8 point, you know, mind frame, and I think you had close to 5 turnovers. You know, this year you're averaging close to 18 turnovers, around 3.3, assists are around 5 or 6 or so, and most importantly, you became a verbal leader for us and an action leader. Yeah. I notice in practice, and he looks at me sometimes in practice, and he knows I'm maybe not be the happiest guy on the planet, and he'll start verbalizing, you know, to the team that we need to get going and things like that. So he's my coach on the court, basically, so to speak. Him and Chris do a great job of that, leading this team. But you know, getting back to the Shawnee's personnel here, they got a great kid by the name of Justin Leon. He's 6'8". You know, he averages around 16. He is 65%, you know, from the field goal range. He's getting looks at from a lot of D1 schools. I mean, the kid can jump out of the roof, jump out of the gym there. He's just a great, and he plays hard. Oh, yeah. You know, he's a 6'8" kid with that athletic ability that absolutely gets after it. And Marcus will have a great task. We've already played him once, and Marcus knows what to do. We've kind of sit down with Marcus one-on-one individually and gone over some things with him. You know, we're going to have to three-quarter him on the post big time with a big high hand, and Marcus is going to have to move his feet and stay out of foul trouble, because I guarantee you Shawnee is going to try to get Marcus in foul trouble. He's you know, he's our 6'9", 6'10", and the Leon kid, we're going to try to do the opposite. We're going to go at Leon and try to get him in foul trouble. But he's very active on the glass. We must block him out, or he's going to have a highlight. Oh, yeah. He's going to have a highlight. You know, he likes to turn to his right shoulder. He's left-handed, so he likes to turn over that right shoulder, use that baby left hook, which he is so great at. Marcus has a great, you know, a great task ahead of him, and I expect nothing but the best from Marcus. Yeah,
it's a good test for Marcus.
It is, and I know Marcus was recruited by Shawnee as well, so it's one of those games for Marcus, you know, give or take. He got his relationship with Coach Sparks and the Shawnee group over there is pretty close as well when we both were after him. So I'm ready for Marcus to shine big and bright, which he's been doing the last, you know, 4 games. He's been averaging a double-double, and he's done great for us. They got another kid. He's a freshman, Devin Thornton. He didn't start against us last time, but he gets. I've seen them play 4 or 5 times, and he gets better with each game. I know you know the kid I'm talking about here when I start talking about him. He's about 6'5". He averages about 8 points and 4 rebounds. Great mid-range game. We got to get him off the boards, and he provides kind of what DJ does for us. He provides it for them, that energy factor, that spark plug that Shawnee needs, and that's why they're sitting at 7-1 with a great record right now. Job Dillard, he's a 6'4" kid. He's averaging 15.5 a game. Very strong as well. He reminds me a lot of the Stewart kid. They're same built, same strength, and not a great shooter, but he mostly likes to take it to the hole and be active around the basket there. We just got to play his drive and keep his 15 and a half to a minimum. Jerry Johnson, man, this kid plays hard. He's from Meridian High School up the road here. I actually recruited him as well. Physical on the block. We got to get him off the boards if we have a chance to win this ball game. Our guards, if we get beat off the dribble, our guards are going to have to rotate down and maybe have to box out a Jerry Johnson or a Leon or something like that. That's something that I've stressed with you all, the past couple of weeks. Our rebounding's got a lot better because our guards are, when they're rotating down, are being physical with their bigs and having confidence now to get the boards.
And the rebound is just effort. It's just, we can do as many drills as we want to at practice, but it comes down to ultimately wanting to get that ball, more than the other guy does. So it just takes, a little more effort. You got to go in there and hit that guy. Do whatever you have to do to get the ball. So. Correct.
Yep. And then the last player I'm gonna hit. They have some other role players, but the last player here I'm gonna hit is Tim Sanders. Great, deadly, another good 3-point shooter. He can shoot the ball just as well as you. He can shoot the ball in transition. He can just come down on full steam and just pull up on you. So we're going to have to find him in transition. Also, he's the backup point guard. Yeah. So it's a different little flow from Stanley Malcolm to the Sanders kid.
Got to guard him differently.
Got to guard them a whole lot different. So you'll have the task of Mr. Sanders as well. And, I expect great things from you and play well on the 13th there. And Coach Sparks likes to throw a lot of defenses at us. They'll play half-court man. They'll play full-court run and jump. Yeah. They'll play 1-2-2 press. They'll play 2-3. Yep. And, you and Chris and Jacob and DJ and Zane and whoever else at that guard spot has to realize what they're in and get us our team in the flow right there. Yeah. And all you guards have came a long way. And our turnover percentage with that guard, y'all are just turning the ball over, I think, around eight now compared to the first about 6 or 7 or 8 games. Yeah. So y'all have done well. Y'all been very coachable, these last, month, and I expect great things right there. Why don't you? We're getting down to the end of the show here. Why don't you wrap us up? First off, I want to say thanks for getting on the show right here and doing the last segment hosting the last segment for us. So go ahead and wrap us up.
That'll be it for this week's episode of WKCTC Basketball Weekly. I encourage everyone to come out and support us this Friday, December 13th, as we take on Shawnee Community College.